Greetings, minions, survivalists, and fellow gamers. This is Silverblade. Playing 7 Days to Die, Alpha 16. And this is episode number 6, I believe. I think it's 6. Anyway, picking up from where we last left off. I'd done some changes to my settings. I had noticed it after I recorded, and you guys had noticed it in some of the comments that you had made, that the ground was tearing. The noises in this game, I tell you. That the ground was tearing, so you get like splitting and all that kind of weird stuff. And I looked it up, and it's something to do with the vertical sync. Because my video card isn't top of the line, it labors to a degree, but not nearly as bad as what my laptop used to be. So anyways, I looked into it, and it was something to do with the vertical sync, or V-sync. So I changed some settings around, been kind of testing it a bit. So far, it seems to be working alright. I mean, I'm checking it out over here on OBS, and near as I can tell, everything's fine. It could be also maybe the computer or the camera might be getting too hot. We'll find out. So anyways, let's get to the meat and potatoes of the episode. I haven't really done much since the last recording. I just kind of waited out the night a little bit. Made this half-ass stairway. Basically so I could be on top of the base. Or at least the camp as it is, because it's not really a base yet. And I need to be careful because it's day 2 going into day 3, and I'm low on some resources here. So I got some extra arrows, stuff I probably should dump away into here. Nitrate's not going in. Oh, I got an idea. Make some gunpowder. When all else fails, make gunpowder. Still don't have enough for that. Don't need the rotting flesh. And we'll leave things as is for now. So I need to get some stone to get a new axe going here. Don't like going out at night. Last time, last episode, well, you know what happened there, right? Would not pretty. So we'll quietly try to get some stone together here, amongst other things. As you may notice, I'm wearing the second shirt that Pamela had made for me. Silverblade dagger with a dagger on it. Very cool, Pam. Definitely love it. Definitely. Scusi. So I'm going to try to keep doing this thing with webcam. I'm going to have to figure out a means of a permanent placement for the camera, so that it's always aiming in the right direction, because I've had to adjust this thing about a dozen times, because it keeps getting shifted around. Okay, undetected. Excellent. I've pumped up the gamma to 200% because, well, I'm having a hard time seeing it at this much, but I'm sure you guys are seeing things way better than I am. Just to let you guys know also, it has been murderously hot here in Lansing for the last week. Today is finally the one day that it's actually been tolerable. It's like 69, 70 degrees right now. In this room, that means it's probably about 80. High humidity too, so it's like, ugh. It's like living in an armpit. And then I have a fan down here and a fan up there. I had to rearrange that stuff around because well, it was damn hot in here. So we get this stuff together. Now I mentioned this in the comments, because I replied to my comments today, well, Saturday, it's now Sunday morning. And some of you had mentioned about how it's so easy to scrap things with the hotkeys. I have yet to remap the keys yet, so I gotta remember to change it from S to say like delete. Basically the idea behind that is if you have to go all the way to the other side of the keyboard to where you're not really using it that much, to scrap something, it's more of a deliberate action than an accidental. That's my way of thinking of it anyway. And delete kind of, well, you're deleting an object or something by scrapping it, so I figure that it makes sense, it's easier to remember, but also keeps you from scrapping things. I have yet to change that key yet, so I might have to do that between this episode and the next, now that I can remember it, because all I wanted to do is just get into the game and start playing and recording. That's been a process. Alright, I'm not seeing any more of the big boulders around. And it's 1:45 in the morning in game. So what I think I shall do is get into punchy mode. Just clear out the grass, if it'll let me punch it. Silly hitboxes, making things more complicated than they need to be. So this is like old school lawn mowing, pre-Amish. More like caveman style. And it gets the athletics up, so, you know, there is a little bit of a benefit to getting punchy. And it looks like I'm next to a patch of clay. That's kind of good, I guess. I really, really wish I had a mining helmet right now. But all good things in due time. Rock. Now, I really can't wait for daytime because I really want to get not only the area cleared in relative safety, but I want to be able to really start doing some work on the base. I think I just saw a graphical glitch there for a sec. Now, if I'm seeing it on that screen, I'm sure you guys are seeing it on that one. And I don't know 100%, to be honest with you, if it's because of OBS and the webcam. It could be because of this particular version, or this particular release version of Alpha 16. I've never had it before. I don't see it in other games. But then again, in other games I'm using DX Story for recording. So, you know, correlation does not equal causation. But it does help in terms of trying to narrow things down. I'm having a hard time seeing. So I might have to do some screwing around with my lighting in here. I do have a small fluorescent light. I'm thinking of mounting just up over the green screen. So if I can get the green screen lit up, I could turn off that light and I'll blend into the background better, and you don't have to see my face as much. You'll see it just more in silhouette probably, or whatever lighting the screen I'm looking at will provide me. Let's see, what else was there I wanted to talk about? I was thinking about earlier. That's the thing, before I record, I'm thinking, okay, what are some things I need to mention, address, reply to? And I'll think them out for a while, and then I start recording, and everything I had thought out for a while is completely forgotten. Or mostly forgotten. I think I covered just about everything, though. Just about. I still feel like there's maybe one more thing. It'll come to me. Or it won't. So we're just punching grass in the moonlight. Well, it seems weird. I'm 90 degrees already. I was freezing just before I started recording. I gotta change my outfit here. I think it was because I put the suit jacket on to look all prim and proper. That's the story. I'm sticking to it. So basically, I want a really wide swath of area around here cleared of grass, stones, possibly even bird nests. Because the initial base itself, now I test builded it, that sounded like proper English somewhere along the line there. I test built it in experimental, just so I can get the dimensions right, because if you remember from my last season in the canyon, I had the idea for a base, but the measurements weren't exactly plotted out right. So this time I figure, okay, I have an idea for what I want it to be like. Let's get some proper measurements for, how much space I'm going to need, how many blocks I'm going to need. And so I did a rough build of the base, and by rough build I mean it was just all wood frames. I think the exterior was the only thing I had. The exterior and parts of it were just, the finished in wood, upgraded frames to wood blocks, and that was it. And then I did my thing with it, and did a few trial runs with some zombies, so it did work out pretty good actually. But I didn't go all the way through with it, because I didn't want to play the experimental all the way through and get spoiled on everything. And by spoiled, I mean know how everything works and that everything's perfect. I want there to be surprises, things that I did not prepare for, and keeps things real, keeps things lively. Because if it's predictable, it just takes the spontaneity out of it. And I like to be surprised from time to time, in certain ways. But I also like planning things out to make sure they work too. On the other hand, I do change my mind quite a bit in the middle of something. I just kind of chalk that up to being flexible. Mentally flexible, that is. And I think I'm completely losing track of where I'm at here. And how I saw that blade of grass is a miracle. Alright, so 2:15 in the morning. A lots of grass, but not a lot of stone. Still need wood, but that makes too much noise at night. Not like gathering stone isn't a quiet activity, but... Oh, I just remembered what I was going to tell you guys. Alright, so... I reply to everybody's comments. Not the spam ones, of course, but I have a couple times on those too, but no, I reply to everybody's comments, but I'm not going to comment or reply back to your comments until the end of the week. So like end of the day Friday, possibly Saturday. Actually, I might just do it before I record these episodes for the next week. Now, the reason why is partly because of time, but the other reason is, well, there's other reasons. One, I can remember what you guys wrote and who wrote them better if I do it before I record these episodes. The other reason, and this is the main thing about it, is that on a Monday episode, now I do all my episodes, or try to do all my episodes, all in one sitting. So there's only 2 hours difference between recording this episode and the last episode of the week. So I know everything that goes on from point A to point B. And then I schedule out the episodes on YouTube. So it's, in some ways, I guess people sometimes think that I record them the day that you're watching them. That's not true. I record them on the weekend, and they just go up day by day throughout the week. So I know everything that happens from the Monday episode to the Friday episode, and you guys don't. If you're watching on Monday, you don't know what happens between Monday and Friday. So when you ask questions or allude to certain things, provide tips or something like that, I'll be like, well, I know because I did that later on and you haven't seen that yet. So I don't want to spoil what goes on in the next episode or next couple episodes. So I figure if I only reply previous to recording, right before recording, one, I do get your questions, locked in mind, or your, ideas and tips that I can demonstrate in the game because I'll remember to do them in game. And also, I'm just not spoiling the surprise for you. Because like the last Monday, I could have been like, in the next episode, I get killed by a zombie. And why would you want to watch the Tuesday episode, right? I mean, maybe to watch how it happens or a bit of Schadenfreude, but hey, I mean, whatever floats your boat. But I don't want to spoil those kind of things. So from now on, I think I'm just going to reply on the weekends or when just before I record these episodes. It helps in so many different ways. So if I don't immediately reply to you, it's because I'm saving it up for one day when I just sit there and answer everything. And I think today I spent 2 or 3 hours answering, replying to comments. It got a lot done, that's for certain. So I hope you guys understand. It may not be a very popular thing, but do leave your comments. I love reading the comment section and what you guys think of the episode and what's going on and things. I really do love reading the comments. I mean, the biggest draw for me in this is the interaction with you guys, seeing how well you guys get into what I'm doing, and You know, sometimes the ideas and the tips you guys provide. And also, you never know. Someone else might read a comment, and what you say might actually help them, or make them think of something in a different way that they're like, oh, well, this gives me a better idea, or something to that effect. It's kind of like that self-enlightening thing through inspiration. I guess that's a good way of putting it. And we're getting closer to dawn, because orange sky. I really can't wait for daylight, because I'm wondering how big of a patch did I unlock around here, you know? But also, it'll give me an idea what the patch of clay here looks like in relation to where the base is at. And that'll help me decide exactly which direction I want the base to be. Do I want it moved this way, away that way, off that way, off that way? Because I don't want it to be in the clay patch. But also, I don't want to destroy those bird nests, although I don't think they're going to respawn anything out here, with me being so close to them anyway. Here's one of those zomzoms that we killed in the previous episode. That just made my bladed weapons go up. Super sweet. Another bunch of zomzoms. Bunch of grass I can't seem to punch. I wonder if I'm getting any bones from these. I was getting rotted flesh, like there. No bones. There's a bone. So I'm gonna have to upgrade this bone shiv here soon. And by upgrade, I mean make a new one. I think I'm gonna have to make a wide path around here, because the base is not just gonna be a little box up here. It's gonna spread out a bit. Grandma Shirley asked me, you know, well, didn't really ask, but said that she can't wait to see what I have in mind for the base. And essentially, it's going to be quite simple. It's not going to be an overly elaborate base like I did in the last season. But it is going to be, it's going to have some degree of complication to it, especially since I'm going to be playing up the electricity feature in Alpha 16 quite a bit, I think. And I have a very interesting idea for all that. I think you guys might get a kick out of it. I know I did when I first tested it out. Okay, in honor of Midnight Designer, Fat Carl. Hit the spot. Alright, so it's going to be dawn in 4 minutes. Don't need to be crawling around no more. Although it does make punching grass easier. And there went the bone shiv. Okay. We'll do that. Alright, so 100 instead of a 25. Alright, since we got some daylight to see things with. Let's take a look at the surroundings. Alright, so the clay patch is over here. Bird nests are over there, so I'm thinking I'm gonna have to make my base go this way and that, you know, kind of off that direction. So this will be the corner. We'll go that way. Actually, since we got these blocks set in, you know, they're all upgraded. We'll use this as a corner, go this way and this way. This is primarily why I left these as wood frames. Alright, so we kind of know where we're going with this now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9. I want these kind of sunk into the ground a little bit, so I need to grab my shovel. Just go down one level here. Okay, so we got the measurement that way, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, so these are the walls, and then we're just gonna match them all up together there. So we can start tearing this. Let's see, we got just a few minutes left, so I think what I'll do is get to chopping some trees down, because I need to get this area cleared out. And as you can see, you know, it's gonna be within this kind of span right about in here. I'll have to take the campfire out, which is not a big deal. So all this will be a floor. And let's see, I had written this down. I think it went 5 blocks high. I'll have to eyeball it. Anyways, yeah, we're near the end of the episode anyway, so thank you guys for watching. Do check out the links in the description box below. There's my Twitter, Patreon, and then links to other channels. They have great content. They're good people, and they're more deserving of your eyeballs than I am. So thank you guys for watching, and until next time, see you later. Twitch.